Ski Tips with Josh Foster. Sponsored by Canada's favorite family ski resort, Big White, in the Thompson Okanagan, near Kelowna, BC.
It's a beautiful snowy day here, and I'm skiing Kangaroo. Pretty aptly named bump run, having a great time. You know, one of the things that I really like to do when I'm skiing the bumps, I like a little bit of speed. It's a little bit more exciting that way. Get a bit of flow and some rhythm down the run. You know, what I think of as well, when I think of that flow and that rhythm, is I think of the line that I choose. Follow behind me and I'll show you what I mean by line. Let's go. To get that flow and that rhythm, I like to choose a line that goes with the grain of the run. Have a look here in slow motion. This is what I mean by skiing with the grain of the run. If you look down at my skis, you don't really see that the tips get too far across the hill. They go with the flow of the mountain and down the slope. Have a look here, guys. When I get going all the way across the run, kind of going across the grain, it's almost like crossing a boat wake, but here in the middle, I get a bit more flow. So by keeping the tips of my skis pointed down the hill, I get a little bit more flow, a little bit more rhythm. It's a bit of a smoother ride. So once again here, guys, if I get my skis across the hill, it's kind of like water skiing. You know, when you go across that boat wake, it's pretty choppy. But if I keep the tips of my skis in the fall line, it's a lot smoother. I'm going with the grain of the run. You'll get some rhythm and some flow to your bump skiing. So I hope you give that one a go next time you're out skiing some bumps. From beautiful Big White Ski Resort near Kelowna, BC in the Thompson Okanagan, I'm Josh. We'll see you next time.
Quebec City is arguably the most charming city in Canada. It's certainly the most historic. There are many incredible landmarks that played such an important part in shaping this city and this country. The wall that once fortified the town so many centuries ago from invaders now invites visitors to pass through its gates and explore the buildings that make up the upper and lower sections of the old city. Today, those buildings are occupied by boutique shops and cafes that beckon you to come in, sit down, relax, and reflect. Hanging on the edge of the cliff above the lower town is the iconic Chateau Frontenac, one of Quebec City's most recognizable sites. It is one of the country's finest hotels and offers a warm sanctuary overlooking the mighty St. Lawrence River.
Quebec City has an old European feel with a rich and fascinating Canadian history. There's just not another city like it in Canada.
Just 10 minutes east of Quebec City, en route toward Mount St. Anne, you'll find the Parc de la Chute, Montmorency. An impressive waterfall is the centerpiece of the park. And like most things in this region, it has its own rich history. Probably of most importance is the fact that in 1885 a hydroelectric generating station was built here and provided electricity to Quebec's new tramway some 7 miles away. Today, the park has wonderful walking paths, and in winter, people come here to snowshoe, toboggan, and ice climb.
All right, as you can see, there's no shortage of great skiing here in the Quebec City region. The Quebecois have a great saying, the joie de vie. It means the joy of life. And there's no greater example of that than the winter carnival in Quebec City. If you get a chance, I highly recommend coming here and checking it out. But that's all the time we have for this week. Till next time, I'm Steve Young. Have a great day skiing.
And now it's time for this week's web poll. What is the biggest reason for Canada's lack of female World Cup speed skiers? Is it A, safety concerns, B, inadequate skill development. C, lack of quality coaching. D, lack of training venues. Or E, the large financial commitment. Log on to snowsportsculture.com today and take the poll.